What I'd like to do now is actually add the contact form to our page that we had started in one of the previous sessions. So in the last session we looked at plugins generally. Now let's look at how you can add a contact form. The first thing that you should do is just to go to your dashboard and understand which version of WordPress you have. Click on the updates and let's see what it says. It says you have the latest version of WordPress, and it says I can download 4.01. Of course, that's what I have since I have version 4.0.1. And the reason this is important to know is because you want to be able to install a plugin that is compatible with your version of WordPress. So let's go back to the plugins and let's add a new plugin. And what I'd like to do is get the contact form. Now if we go to search plugins, for example, let's just do contact and search. We can see we come back with 3,472 types of different contact forms. So there are many of them, and I encourage you to play with a couple. You might get frustrated with a few, you might love a few, you'd see some functionality that you wish were in a few, etc. It's good just to play with these. Now, one that I know is very good as well is Contact Form 7. Let's look at the details, which you should always do with every plugin. And you can see it's got a lot of good reviews, just about over 2,000 5- and 4-star reviews. So that looks very good. It's compatible up to 4.0.01. The other thing, always check the version, and so that's good because we know we're on WordPress 4.0.1. Let's look a little bit at the FAQ. Okay, it all looks good. And then you can go to the plugin homepage if you want to see the commercial model or how much it might cost, and donate. If you do end up using this and you want to support the author of the plugin, you can donate. Just go ahead and click install now. So WordPress basically it downloads the plugin onto your server. It's in a zip file. It automatically unpacks it or unzips it and installs it, and then we get a message saying that it's been successfully installed. Now let's go ahead and activate the plugin. When you install a plugin, it's not automatically activated. It starts in a deactivated state. So I'm going to go ahead and activate it. Now if we look at our plugins, you can see here that it has added a new plugin in my list of plugins. And there's the Contact Form 7. Now I can deactivate it if I wish. So if it's causing some issues on your site, you can come in and deactivate it, and of course you can also delete it. Now let's go look at the settings for this form. One of the things I want to mention, some plugins will actually add additional menu items to your menu bar here at the left. So if you install a plugin and then see additional menu options on the left hand side here, that's just the plugin adding some additional menu options to control that plugin, because you can significantly extend the way WordPress works. Let's go look at the settings for this contact form, and let's take a look here. So we have one default contact form in here, and it's giving us something called a shortcode. Now shortcodes are really neat ways of embedding content inside your WordPress page or post, and we'll take a look at that. But let's edit this first contact form, and it's giving us the shortcode again, and we'll see how to use that in a second. So let's see here. We want to, for example, here's your name. This is what the form is going to look like. So we want to ask for a name, an email, a subject, and a message. And we want a send button, and that looks about right for us for a form. Now this is not a true WYSIWYG editor. It's not a what you see is what you get. It's using a little bit of HTML. So in this particular plugin you need a little bit of HTML knowledge, but there are other plugins which you don't need any HTML knowledge. It's kind of a graphical editor. But this is not too bad. All that the P is doing is adding a paragraph, and you have to close the paragraph. And this is a line break to space it out. And this is the format it's using. Text, your name, email, your email, text, your subject. So saying we want to collect your name, email, subject, and a message with a send button. When they fill out the form, this is what we wanted to do. We wanted to email to me with a from where it came from with a subject line, and this is what the message is going to look like. So every time someone fills out the contact form, I'm going to get an email. And these are some of the messages which you can change if you want. So the sender will get your message was sent successfully, or error message, etc. So pretty comprehensive, can change a lot of things about it. Now let's see how to use this form. Let's see how to use this contact form. This is the shortcode. So basically you got to highlight this and Control C or Command C it if you're on a Mac, and copy this into your clipboard. This is for this form. This is the shortcode. So let's go back to our contact page. Click Edit. And now we can insert that shortcode. So the shortcode, all shortcodes have these square brackets around it. So when WordPress is displaying the page and it gets to a square bracket, it knows, aha, this is a shortcode. I need to do something with this. I don't display this to the user. And in this case, the plugin that we installed has given us the shortcode. So it's using the contact form plugin, the ID of the form, and the title. So let's update that. And let's go back here and let's refresh this page. And look at that. We have a contact form that we can fill out. And we'll click send, and then we'll get an email address sent to us at that email address. So just like that, through simply installing a plugin, I've added a contact us to my website. So something which in the old world you would have to actually code, now you can just get a plugin and actually send that. So plugins really is the secret to adding all the functionality in your website, whether you want a shopping cart, take PayPal payments, contact forms, event calendars, bookings, reservations, all of that you can do through plugins. There's almost nothing that you can't do or find a plugin for. The hardest part sometimes is narrowing down which plugin to use and trying a few of them. But that's the great thing. You can actually try a couple, see which ones make most sense for you from an administration perspective, and which ones look cleanest for your users, which is probably the most important. Make sure it's a pleasing user interface that you can style appropriately and make sure that your users are comfortable using it. So go ahead and install the Contact Us on your up and coming website if you haven't yet, and feel free to play with some other Contact Us plugins. This was the Contact Form 7. There's many others. You find some with a graphical drag and drop interface, and you might prefer that versus using the more cryptic HTML. But try a few, see which ones you like, and if you found one that you think is very easy to use, please share that with us in the discussion area, or any other plugins. It doesn't have to be a Contact Us plugin. If you found a plugin that you just think is really great and want to share it with the community of people taking this course, please go ahead and share that. We'd love to see that. So try it out and let us know what you think.